Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Ty Hauser. Let's queer up sports ball! As queer identities become political, will the gay games survive? The 2030 gay games had appeared to be in high demand as many cities were originally in the running to host the international LGBTQ sporting event. Auckland, one of the top 3 finalists to host the games, has recently dropped out. That leaves only Perth, Australia, and Denver, Colorado as possible hosts to the games. Many attribute the difficulty in finding a host to polarized political views. Others point out that the event isn't a large enough draw on its own for cities to see a return on investment. Other, more affordable events like the Sin City Classic in Las Vegas or the Hurricane Roundup in Fort Lauderdale have become ways for sports-minded queer people to meet up. Many former gay games have drawn large crowds, but some point to the fact that those were hosted in cities that are some of the most visited in the world. Paris, New York, Amsterdam, and Sydney top that list. The 2026 games in Valencia, Spain may prove some insight into how far the queer community is willing to travel for sports. I would travel to Spain to see the gay games. Mm-hmm. I would have my own gay games in Spain.
Those are different games, right?
In the early 90s, the gay games were in New York. Mm-hmm. And I played tennis in the gay games and lost in the first round. But it was fun. It was like the opening ceremonies, and it was very, very cool. But as a big event producer, these are extremely expensive
money losers.
events.
Yeah, I mean, the Chicago Gay Games, I think was in the early to mid 2000s, was catastrophic financially.
Yeah.
So, and that's a big city, like these other ones they mentioned. Yeah. So, yay, sports ball.
No, I looked at parallels to like the Olympics, right? Mm-hmm. It's happened to the same with the Olympics, right? It's infrastructure, it's the venues, it's
everything,
all the associated cost, and I think the cities are looking at like, the gay games as like, well, will this return our investment? I don't know what would be the sentiment on just the LGBTQ plus community, but I can see how the cost would be a thing.
Yeah, and I know in other countries the cities primarily support the events coming, but that's not how it is in the United States. I mean, not even the cities, but the government of these other countries will pay to make it happen for PR. But in the United States, you got to get corporate donors and grants, and corporate donors are pulling out a Pride event. So this is it's gonna be very difficult.
Well, I hope that the gay games survive. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Just in what form and in which city?
Exactly.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.